What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Esports rundown with a cam. I don't think I've done one of these before. I'm watching the LPL and stuff, but we're going to take a break from the LPL to talk about IEM Cologne in the Cathedral of Counter-Strike, you know, the classic. 16 teams are competing starting today, and only 8 are progressing. Only 8 of these teams are making it through. 4 from each group. So, what are the stories coming into this? Vitality has won 7 of the last 7 events that they have competed in for LAN. They have the longest win streak ever. I think their win streak right now is 9 in a row again anyway. 6. They're on a 6-game win streak. And I mean, they've looked pretty dominant since that win. And they're going up against Astralis with Hooksy, you know, new roster, slightly. G2. A brand new roster, Read It and Weep. We'll have to see how they perform, but no, I think they could be pretty good. And then, of course, the Fury roster that has improved greatly and is like really strong now. We got the new Falcons roster, which is going to be a massive one for people to look at. Kyosuke obviously looks really good, but he has never played at a Tier 1 event or a LAN or, you know, an event without cheaters. But I mean, let's be honest. This guy, he's hyped up as like the new bloody Jesus of Counter-Strike, but like, I think expecting him to be that is going to be bad. And you have Kyosuke, Modesty, and Nico all rifling. Assumedly, we're going to see how the team performs, but very interesting. And then, of course, Mongols 3D Max, what a banger. What a banger. Any match Mongols is in is the most interesting. So we'll probably see Mongols versus Falcons, and we'll probably see G2 versus Vitality, maybe Fury versus Vitality. We move on. Liquid with the new roster of Sui. Yep, Sui. Is playing against Mouse, who are like second best team in the world. And then we've got the Na'Vi roster that I don't think made any changes. Oh, they did make changes. Makazi. Who'd they kick for Makazi? I can't remember who was on there. Wonderful, M, Bit, Alexi, B, and JL. Oh, they kicked JL for Makaz. Interesting. Be interesting to see how they perform. The new FaZe roster / the old FaZe roster, very good, very strong. Aurora versus NIP. NIP made it through, but they probably don't. I mean, look at the rankings. They probably don't make it much further than that, but they've been playing very well, so good on them. And then Spirit versus Heroic. Heroic sold a bunch of their players, and they've still made it here. Like, good on them, but it's against Spirit. So we probably see Spirit versus Aurora, which is a banger. FaZe versus Mouse, which is a banger. Mongols versus Falcons, which is a banger. And then Vitality versus G2 or Fury, which is a banger. Those are probably the matchups that we see. We probably see Vitality go all the way through this group, facing Falcons in the upper final here, which will be an absolutely fire matchup. And then we probably see Spirit versus Mouse in the upper final here, before we progress to the next stage, which is going to be all of these teams playing off against each other. But the winner of this progresses, and the loser goes down to the lower final, and... Oh, no. The teams that make it to the upper and the lower final in each group progress. All 4 of these teams. So it's only the upper semifinals that matter. It's only the semifinals that matter for placements or not. Like, if Astralis loses the semifinals, they're out, unless they go through the lower bracket. This is for seeding. That's what that's for. Seeding, right? If Vitality win the Group A upper final, they end up here, as opposed to if they lose it, they end up down here. So it's a huge, huge difference. I think, you know, they got this position because they're the number 1 team in the world. Assumedly, if they win this group, if they beat Falcons in a best of 3, they will only need to win 1 best of 3, which will not be against Falcons. And then in the best of 5 against Falcons, they get map selection. So they have every advantage possible. All they have to do is win like 3 best of 3s. And I think they've only dropped 2 best of 3s with this roster in the entire year. They've played like 40 or so, and they've only dropped a couple. So those are the big things that I'm looking forward to. And we'll also check in on what... events coming up this weekend. Alright, apologies, I don't know what happened there. Had a bit of a disconnection issue. So, if you will provide me a second here, guys, to pull up the actual matches that people give a fuck about. Cool, we'll look ahead to these. I won't spoil these ones for you. Can't be helped. They don't provide spoiler tags on LPL games. They don't even let you watch LPL games on this site. Pretty fucking shitty of them. But we'll see what happens. There is one specific thing that I did want to talk about at the end of the video, which is going to be absolutely fire if you guys haven't seen it yet. So LTA returns this week. Some interesting matches. Just looking ahead, like I don't see anything particularly mega. CFO GAM, pretty big LCP match. VKS Loud, that's pretty good. JDG test, there you go. So this will be a big test for JDG, who are currently struggling. IG BLG, big test for IG. Big test for BLG's new jungler as well. That'll be pretty fire. Los Ratones are playing again later on in the week. Where are the match of the weeks? Genji KT, okay, that's pretty good. Weibo IG, nah. T1 HLE, there you go, that's the LCK match of the week. So T1 versus HLE. HLE's looking really strong at the moment, but T1 also just took down Genji. Spoilers. But that happened a while ago. So who wins that? That's a big one. What do you guys reckon? And the LPL match of the week, is that JDG AL? It's probably JDG. Oh, BLGTS, there you go. Usually, I scroll because usually there's one big match a week. They usually schedule it that way for each region. So we have the Test BLG match, which is a bit of a banger. There's no other bangers on the Sunday, which is great. That's like best case scenario. CFO PSG is hours enough later than T1 HLE that it like is offset, so you can watch both. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, the main thing this week is the Counter-Strike stuff. So I feel like I gave you guys a good rundown of like everything that you need to know heading into that. And yeah, like we're just looking forward to these matches to see what happens. The G2 Furia Falcons Gamma Legion matches start like very soon. I think in like a couple of minutes. Yeah, like literally a couple of minutes after this video goes up, you guys can go watch those straight away. I recommend the G2 Furia game. That one's going to be an absolute banger. But if you're a hate watcher, Falcons Gamma Legion will be pretty good. But the G2 Furia is probably the mainstream, followed by the Vitality Astralis game, and that's probably the most interesting. Like this is the banger close match. And then can Vitality keep the streak going? Zywo watches rejoice, which is me. The Mongols 3D Max game is going to be an absolute banger, though. I can guarantee you that much. Mongols is always interesting to watch, and seeing how Falcons perform is going to be interesting. So maybe it's a 2-screen kind of day, you know. Got to watch all of them. Then later tonight, obviously Spirit, Liquid, Mouse. I feel like one team's going to be dominant here. It's probably going to be Mouse, and it's not going to be that entertaining. Same with the Aurora and NIP match. But the FaZe Na'Vi match could low-key be the match of the day. So we'll have to see how that goes. Oh yeah, because the Mouse Liquid, this stuff is tomorrow. So these are the only matches today. So yeah, the match of the day is definitely Na'Vi FaZe. 100%. So yeah, what do you guys reckon? Who wins these matches? Let me know in the comments down below who wins the entire event, you know? And then in 25 days we have CS EWC, which I'll kind of cover, but we're gonna work out what's going on with that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy these videos, these little rundowns. You got the stories, you know what's going on. You know to hate watch Falcons to see if Kyosuke fails or not. Let me know if you enjoy these videos. Leave a like down below, subscribe, etc., etc. You guys know what to do. I'll see you guys with another one of these in a week.